So Black Friday's over, but consumer spending has really only just begun for this holiday season. I'm going to go through some tips and tricks to consider if you're an e-commerce advertiser to ensure that you're doing everything you can to capture the most out of this next 3 to 4 weeks of some of the highest sales days that you'll have all year. Let's dive in. Number 1, you probably already do this, but if you don't, make sure that you have your marketing calendar set up and you know when all of your sales are starting and ending. It's really important that you have a structured way to keep track of your marketing calendar. So using a Google spreadsheet is a really simple way. You can even go to Google Marketing Calendar Templates. You can use Evernote. It's a fantastic tool, or Monday.com. However you go about it, make sure you have a marketing calendar planned out so that you can take action on the days that really matter. For example, Green Monday. Do you have a sale prepped for Green Monday? It's going to be huge this year, most likely. So if you have never heard of it, Google it. Make sure that you're accounting for as many of the possible key dates at the end of November and all through December to capture these seasonal moments. Also make sure that you've figured out when the last day that you're going to cut off people from ordering a product in order to guarantee that they're still going to get that order in time for Christmas. That's the shipping cutoff date. And that could also be one of your biggest sales days. Do things like enable countdown timers, send emails in advance, and plan for that date as a promotional period. You can take advantage of the FOMO that people are going to feel if they haven't ordered something yet and they still want to know that they are able on that final day to get that product in time for Christmas. Number 2, make sure you've got all of your creatives and messaging sorted out. Just like you have your marketing calendar aligned, I want you to make sure that you've got your creatives lined up and they're structured in a Google Drive or saved in a file somewhere on your computer so that you or your team know exactly where they're going to get all of their creatives to be able to upload and message and creative match all of the different promotions that you're going to be running over the next month or so. Number 3, code freeze considerations. Are you still running a code freeze? Continue it going until the end of this month. Don't just start making random changes on your website that you think might do well. It's incredibly important that, considering that almost every day from now until your shipping cutoff point could be some of the highest sales days of your store all year, that you're not going to be taking any unnecessary risks. Number 4, review your financial goals. Okay, we've just had our Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. You probably had some pretty huge days. Re-review your financial goals and make sure you're on track. How is your media efficiency ratio looking? How is your total ad spend looking? Make sure that the revenue, profitability numbers are looking good to you and are on the right trajectory so that you know if you need to throttle the spend a little bit more or pull back. Number 5, make sure you're monitoring your SMS and email subscriber trends. This is really important because getting new subscribers to your email and SMS marketing lists are indicators of future purchase intent. Those people subscribe to your lists because they're interested in hearing about the marketing and promotional details and new product launches that you have to offer. So take note, if those lists are not growing, you should be trying to troubleshoot why that's happening and ensure that those lists continue to grow throughout the remainder of this next month and that you're maximizing that list to hit every touch point possible in order to action those people to purchase, especially before your shipping cutoff dates. Number 6, ensure if you're using Google Ads, especially, ensure your budgets are set high, higher than typical. And ensure if you're using target ROAS to set them lower than usual, target CPA, set them higher than usual. You're going to want to continue to bid more aggressively and keep budgets opened up while all of your competitors are going to continue to do the same thing. Right now, just like every year, your CPCs and CPMs are going to be going up, but so is conversion rate. And conversion rate goes up to such a large extent because consumer sentiment for purchasing is so high that it often makes for better profitability, even at higher CPC numbers. So make sure those budgets are left high, although keep an eye on them. Make sure you're not going over your budgets and doing any kind of spending that's uncomfortable, but ensure that you're flexible in your budgetary needs. Number 7, use Google Ads Reports Editor. You can use this to build custom reports to make sure that you're trending properly in your spend and revenue numbers. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can build out a tool to watch and monitor your hourly spend numbers. We used to be able to do this in Universal Analytics, but since we have GA4 and the data is lagged, usually there's like a 2-day 24 to 48 hour window before you even get good data. Now you have to use other tools to be able to monitor how much you're spending at what pace. So Google Ads actually has some really good built out tools. I think the lag time is only an hour and a half or 2 hours. So it's pretty close to real time, and you're able to see how much you're spending over yesterday so that you can see directionally where you are in terms of your spend goals. And then last but not least, number 8, make sure you're monitoring your holistic conversion goals, traffic numbers, spend numbers, etc. on a daily basis using your Northbeam dashboard. Try and look at cash-only reporting so that you get a really good idea of how much money is coming in and how much money is going out in terms of spend every single day. And you can watch how all of your different marketing channels are converting and if each one is hitting the goals that you intended. Make sure you're doing everything you can to capture the remainder of this holiday shopping period. Remember, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are huge, but they're just the beginning of this period. You have to keep going, stay the course, and ensure that you capture every dollar you possibly can over this next month during some of the highest volume sales periods you're going to have all year. I'm going to show you how to create an hourly spend report like this one in your Google Ads account so that you can track how much you are trending in your spend on an hourly basis. This is really helpful for when having made bid or budget adjustments to see how much you're trending in your hourly spend numbers over the day before and previous days. Let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do in Google Ads is go to your report editor, which is under the campaign section and within the Insights and Reports module. Going into report editor, click custom, and we'll start with a bar chart for this one. Rename it something useful like hourly spend report, and then you're going to want to search for your metrics here. Since we're looking at spend or cost, Google Ads calls it cost. We're going to look up cost, drag that over to the x-axis, and then we're going to look up hour of the day to get our hour of the day metrics. Boom, there we go. Now, there's a few additional things we're going to want to do. Right now, it's all out of order, and it's sorting it by the most cost. So hour of the day, you want to sort low to high so that you get in order of the hours of the day. Today, we're looking at November 22nd. So this is today. There's about a 1.5 hour to 2 hour lag. So just keep that in mind. And in order to see today versus what we spent yesterday on an hourly basis, we would look at today, compare the previous period, which was yesterday, the 21st. Hit apply, and then you're able to start seeing how you're trending in your spend on an hourly basis versus previous periods.